Hello, this is Trevor. I'm on the media team for FTC Ravonics Gemini at Olathe Northwest High School. And this is the first episode of the podcast. All right, now we are officially recording. So you guys are the first two here. I hope you can hear me okay. I'll try to keep this as professional as possible since hopefully this will be the pilot episode and we'll actually be uploading this. But as it stands now, we're not exactly a well-oiled machine.
Trial and error, I guess. We'll figure it out as we go.
So yeah, this is podcast number 1. It is the 25th of October, and the Chiefs are playing today. Go Chiefs. So, first off, how's everybody doing? Good? First week wasn't too rough for everybody?
Pretty good. I mean, it's crazy trying to figure out, what's going on, but we're being productive, I'd say, so.
You and Blake are doing good, managing the rest of our team, Gemini.
We're trying, so it's trial and error, like I said, but.
Great. Nathan, how you doing, man?
Oh, I've been doing pretty good.
You were doing fine? That's good to hear.
I think I've got the camera about set up.
Oh, excellent.
Let's see. Huh. Hello.
So for all of you that are listening, we just Nathan has just shown us his pretty face, but you probably won't be able to see that because this will all be audio.
Oh, what a mercy.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, he's a real cut up. Anyway.
Nathan also has a microphone, which is pretty sick.
High quality electronics, yes.
Quality electronics. So, without further ado, let's go into the first question. So, us Olathe Northwest kids have been doing hybrid. For those of you at home who don't know what's kind of going on, we're seniors this year, and we are doing sort of morning and afternoon groups. So, guys, how has hybrid been doing? How's it going?
It's kind of weird. To make my schedule even more confusing, I've got 3 hours I'm taking, and then everything else is through JUCO. So on even days, I come in for engineering, seminar, and then chemistry, and then I leave for, I guess that'll be 6th hour. And then for odd days, I come in for language arts, and then I go home. So it's
just the
weird.
one class, huh? Just
the one class. And it's not even 1st hour, it's 2nd hour.
2nd hour.
Yeah, last time I came in and the people at the attendance office were telling me, oh, your teacher will count you tardy. And it's like, no, I'm not late. I'm supposed to be here now. So all of the fun that comes with that.
Yeah, and all the fun that comes with being in engineering with half of a team today.
I will say, though, it is nice not having to go to school till 11:45 because I'm in the second half of the day.
And you get sleep in?
It's really nice.
Do I want to know how late you're sleeping in?
I will say if I don't have work, I usually get up about 10. So if I have work, I'm up. I'm usually not.
So tell them what sub-team you guys are on, or what are your jobs?
You want me to go first?
Yes, Bailey, you can go first.
Okay. So I'm Bailey. I am the project manager this year. I'm a senior, just like we all are. And this is my 2nd year as a project manager. So hopefully going in, I have a little bit of experience. We'll see how that fares. But I'm looking forward to it this year.
So as a PM, what kind of falls under your what kind of things do you manage?
Yeah, so I kind of split all of the leadership responsibilities with Blake. I handle more of the operations side. So I work on our engineering notebook and the portfolio, which is actually going to be more important this year. I do a lot of the deadline managing, and I oversee media and outreach. And then I communicate with Blake as well, who oversees all the technical. So
We don't have Blake on the call, but hopefully we will one of these days. And yeah, that's right. I am on media, so I do work under Bailey. So all right, Nathan, take it away.
I'm Nathan. I am on the programming sub team. This is also my second year in this position, so hopefully I know what I'm doing. We'll see. You're still young. I am not alone on programming this year. I've got Joseph, who will hopefully be joining one of these podcast things later down the road. So working with a team member is a very different feeling than being the only programmer.
Programming, yeah. It's crazy. I can't imagine being on programming. It's a lot of ones and zeros, I imagine. A lot of JavaScript or what have you to look at. But yeah, I'm personally glad to have you as a programmer. All right, so what's the best part of being back in school, sort of?
I'm looking for, I like seeing everyone's faces again. I'm very much an extrovert, so it's exciting to finally be doing school with people. It's hard to do school with only half of the people, but it's better than nothing. So.
Oh yeah, undeniably.
I was looking forward to being in person because we could start testing things, and I love seeing the code run. And at least this past week, I've had the most infuriating technical difficulties and lack of time management. It was Monday basically went to waste because we spent all of the time just getting files downloaded and getting computers set up. Wednesday, Joseph was gone, and my computer decided it just wasn't going to. So that was just grand. And it took me halfway into seminar to finish it. And by that point, I can't test anything because I'm no longer in Hernandez's class. And then Thursday and Friday, I was out getting my wisdom teeth pulled. So it's like everything is coming against me. Hopefully, it's Tuesday, we'll have robotics. I can come in and just run tons and tons of code, and everything will go beautifully.
So explain to the people at home who Joseph is. Is he another one of the programmers? Is he another one of the build?
Joseph is my programming teammate. As far as who does what, we've kind of randomly split tasks up between who wants to do what. Currently, he's working on calculating the angle we launched the discs at, and
we're launching stuff.
I have no idea if our audience knows what the game looks like or not, but we've got these foam-like discs that we're going to be launching into targets. So,
yeah, all right. If we're all finished, next question. So you kind of got into it, Nathan. So what have you guys knocked out so far now that we've been back?
The second half of the day, we've mostly been working on, Casey's been doing some design. Maddie's been doing a lot of outreach. So she's been emailing a lot of people, coming up with opportunities where we're hopefully going to be able to go into some classes, Zoom calls, and do a little bit of a presentation. And then we've also been organizing the back room because we didn't get to organize it at the end of last year because we were kicked out pretty quickly. And it's a disaster back there. So our current goal is figuring out what's going on with that and fixing it, hopefully soon.
So the question is, what have we gotten done?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of setup. Me and Joseph have experimented with GitHub and OneDrive and whatnot so we can share files between our different devices. And I think we've got a system for that worked out. And we've also been trying to take code from last year and transferring it over. Fingers crossed everything works. I wouldn't place money on it, but a lot of the code should be the same because we're using the same drivetrain and whatnot. So a lot of that's just been copy and paste and then making sure variable names match. The back room is fun. I got to just look through and try to find phone chargers. I need to have a conversation with Ty Matthews because I'm not sure where a lot of that stuff ended up. It's just gone.
Yeah, a lot of nuts and bolts back there for sure. We have quite the small classroom, in fact, people who don't know that. And we kind of share a back room with another teacher, Mr. Petrie, who does physics. He kind of pokes his head in to our classroom, just kind of say hi every now and then. But yeah, so
it's also important to note that we have 9 FTC teams at our school, and we all share this back room. So luckily this year, well, not luckily, it's actually pretty unfortunate, but we're the only team that's actually going to be able to compete this year. All of the juniors are going to have to wait until next semester to start FTC. So we have the back room to ourselves, but it's still a disaster from all 9 teams using it last year. So we have to sort through 9 teams worth of materials and organize it, which is not fun, but it needs to be done. So
Yeah, poor juniors. Yes, I had no idea they couldn't do it this year, but I guess First Tech Challenge FTC is going to have to wait for another year for them. That's unfortunate. Nathan, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm at least a year ahead and not a year behind, because I don't know what those juniors are going to have. I know Mr. Hernandez is moving a lot of the second semester things to first semester, so they get to review vectors and all that fun stuff beforehand. But I have no idea what robotics can look like, if they can even still compete, because if they're starting next semester, basically all the tournaments are going to be done by that point, and they can't qualify.
yeah, they're not getting to compete this year. So they're going to do their own like robot and still do the game next semester, but they won't get to go to any competitions. So
and half the fun is seeing all the crazy things the other teams have done. It's like, oh, you did it that way, or you got a tape measure on the front of your robot that just goes wee. All these fun things that you're not going to see.
Yeah, we saw some real competitors last year. This will be a really interesting year to look out for. So hopefully everybody at home can join us on this journey. I'd like to get into the next question. So what do we hope to accomplish? So I know we've talked about what we've done, what we've knocked out. What do we want to get knocked out in the near future?
I mean, like I said, just organizing the back room is going to be the first step for the second half of the day, because that's pretty much what it's going to have to get done before we can really start building, because we don't know where anything is. So
for programming, we're really hoping we can get the odometry working, since we can start testing and figuring that out before we have the robot. If we can get that accurately working and Build can build us a turret system, we should be able to have an independently rotating turret that can always be aimed at one of the targets. So assuming that works, that will probably be the most exciting robot I've ever been a part of. We'll see if Blake can figure it out, or if it crashes and burns like so many other things this year.
Nathan, can you explain what the odometry is?
Yeah, so there's different ways of doing odometry, but basically it's a way of measuring where your robot is at on the field. So if you know exactly where you are at the start of the round, it will measure how much you've changed in the X direction and the Y direction.
So do we want to round it out with any final thoughts?
Yeah, so we're hoping to schedule a design review soon as well, so that we can get some professional engineers' input on our design for like the chassis and the intake and everything. So we're hoping that we can get our strategy settled and then get some designs ready so that we can do that soon. That's kind of Maddie's coordinating that right now, getting some professional engineers to join a Zoom call with us and talk through like what our robot's going to look like, and, you know, get some input from people who really know what they're doing.
I don't know if we have an answer to this or not, but is programming going to submit some sort of presentation for that? It's like, I don't know if there's software engineers coming or not. I'm sure we could scare plenty of the mechanical engineers. I'm sure we can do that, but I have no idea.
I don't know that they are. I think they're just focusing on design right now. I don't think build and programming are going to be a part of that necessarily.
But yeah. So thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully this is the start to some new cool beginnings for FTC as we start this interesting looking year with interesting looking pursuits. I don't know how else to describe them, but yeah, you come back on and say hey to everybody again one last time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right, see you, Bailey. See you, Nathan.
Okay. I guess before I leave, do you have a plan for who's scheduled for next week? Or
Nope.
Yep, sounds about right.
Maybe Alex.
I'm sure I could get Joseph on for one of these if you want to do a all programming meeting.
Yeah, like I said, this one was just kind of free form, so it was part programming, part half manager.
I guess I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. All right, so long.